BTS news today, when Kim Taehyung, globally known as V of BTS, pressed the Go Live button on Instagram. Few could have predicted how quickly the broadcast would ignite conversations across fandom spaces, online forums, and Korean entertainment headlines. What began as a seemingly casual and intimate interaction between Taehyung and millions of viewers soon evolved into a storm of speculation involving one of the most talked-about figures in the K-pop industry, Min Hee-jin. Within hours, phrases like Taehyung versus Min Hee-jin and BTS Min Hee-jin fight were trending, fueled less by confirmed facts and more by interpretation, emotion, and the immense influence both names carry in the global pop culture landscape. The Instagram Live itself, at first glance, felt warm and unguarded. Taehyung appeared relaxed, dressed casually, his voice calm but thoughtful. Fans noted that his tone throughout the broadcast was reflective, almost contemplative, as he spoke about music, creativity, artistic identity, and the challenges of navigating the industry. He did not raise his voice. He did not mention specific individuals in a confrontational manner. Yet, in the age of digital magnification, even subtle remarks can become sparks in a dry forest. Observers quickly connected certain comments to ongoing discussions surrounding corporate dynamics within HYB, the powerhouse entertainment company that houses BTS. HYB has been at the center of significant media coverage in recent months, particularly involving internal restructuring, executive decisions, and high-profile disputes. Min Hee-jin, known for her creative direction and strong artistic identity, has likewise been a focal point of intense scrutiny. As a respected yet polarizing figure in the industry, any indirect reference to creative autonomy or company politics was almost immediately linked to her by netizens eager to interpret between the lines Taehyung's words about protecting artistic color and staying true to one's musical identity resonated deeply with ARMY, the fandom that has supported BTS for over a decade. For many fans, these statements reflected a mature artist who has grown beyond the confines of idol expectations. However, for others closely following corporate tensions within HYB, the phrasing seemed loaded. Screenshots circulated. Short video clips were edited and reposted with dramatic captions. Context blurred as narratives formed. The phrase, Taehyung versus Min Hee-jin, began to trend not because of any confirmed altercation, but because of the way social media thrives on binary conflict. In online spaces, stories are often simplified into sides. One person against another, artist against executive, creativity versus control. Yet the reality behind such headlines is rarely so straightforward. Industry insiders have long described Taehyung as an artist deeply invested in aesthetics and storytelling. From his involvement in album concepts to his carefully curated solo releases, he has demonstrated a sensitivity toward mood, imagery, and emotional depth. Min Hee-jin, on the other hand, built her reputation on visionary branding and innovative concept development. Both figures, in different capacities, represent strong artistic convictions. It is perhaps inevitable that audiences, aware of broader corporate discussions, would imagine tension where two powerful creative identities exist within overlapping spheres. During the live, Taehyung also spoke candidly about pressure. He acknowledged the weight of expectations placed upon him not only as a member of BTS, but as an individual artist forging his own path. His voice softened when discussing the difficulty of balancing personal expression with public responsibility. Fans interpreted this vulnerability as courage. Critics questioned whether it hinted at dissatisfaction. Yet no direct accusation was made, no explicit confrontation declared. What amplified the situation was timing. The live occurred amid heightened media attention surrounding HYB's internal conflicts. Min Hee-jin had recently been a central figure in news cycles discussing corporate governance and creative independence within the company structure. As a result, any commentary about artistic freedom was automatically filtered through that lens. The speed at which narratives formed was staggering. Within hours, fan accounts began crafting detailed threads analyzing Taehyung's tone, facial expressions, and word choice. Some insisted he was signaling frustration with executive decisions. Others argued he was simply sharing universal reflections about growth. The absence of direct names created a vacuum, and in that vacuum, speculation flourished. It is important to emphasize that no verified statement from Taehyung accused Min Hee-jin of wrongdoing. Nor did Min Hee-jin issue any response suggesting personal conflict with him. The idea of a fight existed primarily in hashtags and dramatic YouTube thumbnails designed to capture attention. This phenomenon illustrates a broader trend in modern fandom culture, where algorithm-driven platforms reward emotionally charged interpretations over measured analysis. For ARMY, the live was deeply emotional. Many expressed pride in Taehyung's honesty. They saw a man who debuted as a teenager now speaking with the clarity of someone who has weathered years of global scrutiny. BTS has navigated unprecedented fame, military enlistments, solo ventures, and industry evolution. Taehyung's live felt like a window into that ongoing transformation at the same time. Min Hee-jin's name carries weight precisely because of her creative legacy. She has been credited with shaping visual identities that influenced entire generations of K-pop aesthetics. Her presence in industry discussions often symbolizes bold vision and, at times, controversial independence. The intersection of her public narrative with Taehyung's introspective broadcast created fertile ground for imagined rivalry. Media outlets, sensing traffic potential, published articles highlighting the trending keywords without necessarily confirming any dispute. Headlines framed the situation as tension-filled, even if the body text admitted that no explicit confrontation occurred. In doing so, they contributed to a cycle in which perception began to overshadow fact. Taehyung, known for his calm demeanor, did not escalate the situation. He did not return to Instagram to clarify or confront. Instead, he continued engaging with fans through music recommendations and lighthearted posts, as he has done for years. This quiet consistency contrasted sharply with the dramatic framing circulating online. The episode also revealed how deeply invested fans are in protecting their idols. Many ARMY members quickly defended Taehyung, urging others not to twist his words. They emphasized the importance of supporting him without fueling unnecessary conflict. Others called for restraint, reminding fellow fans that artists and executives operate within complex professional ecosystems that outsiders rarely fully understand. Behind the spectacle lies a more nuanced conversation about artistic autonomy in large entertainment corporations. As K-pop evolves into a global industry worth billions, questions about who controls creative direction become increasingly significant. Artists like Taehyung, who have matured within the system, naturally develop stronger voices regarding their own artistry. Executives like Min Hee-jin, who built reputations on distinctive creative leadership, likewise value their visions. The tension between individual expression and corporate strategy is not unique to HYB. It exists across entertainment industries worldwide. In this context, Taehyung's reflections can be seen less as an attack and more as an affirmation of self. He spoke about music that feels authentic to him, about wanting his work to reflect his personal tastes rather than trends. These sentiments resonate with fans who have followed his journey from the soulful undertones of early BTS tracks to the jazz-influenced elegance of his solo projects. The internet, however, rarely pauses to consider complexity. The narrative of Taehyung versus Min Hee-jin offered drama, and drama travels fast. Short-form video edits added suspenseful music to clips of his live, overlaying captions that suggested hidden meaning. Comment sections filled with debate, sometimes heated, often speculative. Amid this whirlwind, a quieter truth persisted. Neither Taehyung nor Min Hee-jin publicly acknowledged any personal dispute. No official statements confirmed friction. The supposed fight existed primarily in digital imagination. Yet its impact was real in the sense that it shaped discourse, influenced fan sentiment, and demonstrated how fragile reputations can be in an era dominated by viral interpretation. Taehyung's live ultimately highlighted his evolution as an artist unafraid to speak thoughtfully about his aspirations. It also underscored how easily nuanced commentary can be reframed as confrontation. For Min Hee-jin, whose name has been entangled in broader corporate narratives, the association added another layer to an already complex public image. As days passed, the trending hashtags gradually faded, replaced by new topics and fresh controversies. But the episode remains a case study in modern fandom dynamics. It reveals how the intersection of celebrity, corporate politics, and social media can produce narratives that outpace reality. It shows how audiences, driven by loyalty and curiosity, sometimes construct battles where none are explicitly declared. For many fans, the most enduring memory of that Instagram live is not conflict but connection. They remember Taehyung's soft laughter, his thoughtful pauses, his genuine gratitude. They remember feeling closer to the artist they have supported for years. In that sense, the live achieved something meaningful despite the surrounding noise that in the broader arc of BTS's legacy. Moments like this illustrate the growing pains of artists navigating adulthood under public scrutiny. They are no longer rookies guided entirely by management. They are seasoned performers with individual identities. As they carve paths beyond group activities, conversations about autonomy and collaboration will inevitably surface. The story of Hee-jin BTS v Instagram Live may have been framed as a clash, but at its core, it reflects a deeper dialogue about creativity, ownership, and interpretation in the digital age. Taehyung's calm presence during the broadcast stands in contrast to the storm it created online, reminding observers that sometimes the loudest conflicts exist not in reality, but in the spaces between words, where imagination fills in the blanks that in the end. What remains clear is that both Taehyung and Hee-jin are influential figures whose actions and words carry weight. Their names trending together speaks less about confirmed animosity and more about the power of narrative in contemporary pop culture. As fans continue to analyze, debate, and defend, the artists themselves move forward, creating, performing, and shaping the industry in ways that extend far beyond a single Instagram live. And perhaps that is the most telling detail of all. While hashtags flare and fade, the music continues, the artistry evolves, and the individuals at the center of the storm remain focused on their craft.
Be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious.